fun times over here.
All right.
Okay, we're back. Yeah. Hi. Woo! Yeehaw! Sorry about that,
I
folks.
take offense to that. I'm from Texas. How dare you say yeehaw?
Does it?
I'm kidding. I don't care.
What is Texas the only place that's allowed to yeehaw, or are there other regionalities that are allowed to ha?
Oklahoma is allowed to. We don't like saying that because all of Texas hates all of Oklahoma, but that's how it is. People from Louisiana can say it because they say it with an accent and it's nice. Other than that, like Arkansas, okay, go for it.
How about Kansas?
Yeah. Kansas is weird, right? Because at that point you're arguing, is Kansas Midwest, or is it still South, right? Because if you're not in the South, you just can't say it, period, right? But Kansas is like right above Oklahoma, which is close enough to the South because you don't really consider Oklahoma anywhere near that. But yeah. So really, it's personally, I don't really care if people from Kansas say it. They're Kansas. I honestly would care more when people from Oklahoma say it because don't like Oklahoma. Same band's coming out though.
Yeah, very similar bands. Also, thank you all for sticking around with us, or rather coming back, or what have you. Riot. I don't know what happened. The client just would not.
Sometimes the client decides no.
Casters, I heard Peak Esports, the support is a sub. I'm pretty sure the support is on their roster. Again, as staff members, we follow things as closely as you can, but if you are concerned, make sure to check point totals if you're a captain, that the enemy's team point total works. But I'm pretty sure Goofy isn't a sub. I mean,
yeah,
sub is a weird word, right?
Yeah, he's not an E sub, but he is a but he's not a. But if he's not a starter, yes, he's a sub. So probably is a sub. Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, Pro Draft is going.
Yes, things are happening. I need to have it. It's weird. Pro comps, I need to have in focus for it to do things in with the client, but it's doing it. So Nunu, I love to see. I am a Nunu connoisseur. I guess I just really like Freljord champs because I play a lot of Trundle, I play a lot of Nunu, I play a lot of Sejuani. So Freljord champs, you love to see it. Washington League team,
well designed.
Here are on the right. They're going a little bit more scaling this time with the Vladimir. On the left-hand side, the Lucian Nami. Definitely a little bit more proactive, and the LeBlanc should be able to get things done in the mid lane. So the impetus here is now sort of more on Peak Esports to execute. We'll see if the Jarvan works as well in this context, because I don't think you have as many synergistic ults.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Jarvan here is being picked less as a primary engage and more as a early game jungler that wants to get his Vladimir off the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
You leave the tanks on their island. I think the top is a no-go zone for both Nunu and Jarvan. If I see either of those champs top, I might lose my mind. That being said, bot lane is going to be either really explosive or kind of quiet because Xayah Karma is relatively safe. After 6, I really don't think that lane should ever die 2v2. But before that, Lucian not really aggressive. Vladimir LeBlanc can be really explosive or really quiet.
I'm going to do the prediction for 2 minutes. So that's about what we got. So you got a little less time to get your Schmeckles this time. Let's get them going. I want like 50k Schmeckles in this pool. Let's see it.
50k Schmeckles. I would have to... If Turian was here.
If there was someone to bidding war against, you could do it. I see. I understand.
Yeah.
But let's get some Schmeckles up however, and at them.
I will say, though, I like peak esports draft as the game goes on.
I do.
Because, for me, Washington League comp is very front to back.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when you have LeBlanc Malphite in a front to back against a front to back comp? A fight feel very front to backy. LeBlanc is a poke champ, her entire body to do so, and Malphite is Malphite. I don't know. Gotta force Zaya to like stay on her toes and not get caught out.
Yeah. So one thing I do really like to look at here with the pro comps is the 2v2 skirmishes and talking about advantages. So it's suggesting that blue side should play aggressive mid lane, and I would 100% agree with this, and play aggressive bot lane. So, but if you actually see, it says, in every single matchup, your skirmish is strong, you may actively seek 3v3 fights. So I know last time we saw the Amumu Trooper 122, full clearing, and I think that's great. I think especially on Nunu, you can do it pretty quickly if you know how to, make sure to charge your snowball to one-shot raptors and all that good stuff. But I want to see fighting. I want to see fighting early and often for this Nunu. Not so much that you get behind in CS, but enough that you're doing what you need to do to accelerate the game, like Washington League did last game.
And one thing I really do want to see, I want to see old Nunu embodied in this game. Bot side, you will have Prio in mid most likely, and you will have in bot. Walk in to Jarvan's blue side and bully him. There's no reason you shouldn't. I think LeBlanc, Lucian, Nami, Nunu will against the other 4 champs most of the time, barring any ridiculous outplay.
Yeah.
Oh, and their skin game is on one. It's really good.
Both supports
Malphite and no skin.
Both supports missing the skin makes it an even contest. I have to give it here to peak. High Noon Lucian, Sasquatch Nunu and Willem. They're coming at it hard.
There are no bad Nunu and Willem skins.
True. Facts. 100% true.
Especially with the visual, maybe I could say that about the old
Nunu skins,
but new rework, yeah.
The one qualm I have with Nunu skins, okay? Papercraft Nunu and Willem. So on Nunu and Willem, when you do his dance, he gets out the flute and he starts going do 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 do. Right? He does that. Yeah. Just believe me, that's his dance. On the Papercraft one,
I believe you.
They made it so that the dutes are just super airy and you basically can't hear them, which makes sense since he's blowing through paper. But it makes the skin just a little bit worse than it could be.
Yeah. And as a contrast, I believe that reason is also why Space Group Nunu Willem is the best.
It slaps so. Nunu looks a little funky with Space Group. He's just like, if you asked a child, draw a monster, that's what you would get, right?
That's what you would get, but I think that's okay.
It's good. Okay. It's good. It's 100% good.
Good. Willem is adorable. Nunu is adorable. Their colors are very nice. And my client crashed.
Yeah,
Did your client also crash?
I got download failed. Unable to download spectator data. The game will now exit.
I will try again. We're going to see if
we can reconnect. Let's give it the old 1-2.
So.
Let's and if not, I do have both of the captains added, so I should, if they've done the lobby settings correctly as it describes in the rules, I should still be able to spectate them. You're good? You're like in?
Yeah, I'm in. Obviously with that beautiful spectator bug, but
Yeah,
like the one at this point.
Okay, I'm also in, so we are rocking and rolling.
Let me know
when things actually start going. Yeah, I will. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
There we go. We're good.
Okay. I love counting time at the low budget LCS. I thank you all for indulging me in that. And we are all now synced up and ready to rumble. All right, let's see if there's anything to talk about here. Briho checking and taking the Predator on Vladimir. I don't know if that's meta versus phase rush, but I like it. It's aggressive. It lets you get at people in the mid to late game. But, perhaps a little bit weaker early makes you a little bit less safe compared to the phase rush. So we'll have to see what happens there. Malphite has gone very spicy here. Do you have anything to say about Malphite's Keystone?
It makes sense because you're theoretically, unless you get a meal at you by this sheer sound of Sion's voice, your Q is going to start trades, every trade on the side of Malphite, and I feel like I just like this lane, and First Strike Malphite in melee matchups makes a lot of sense. I actually really like that.
Yeah, he also opted to go for the Doran's Ring with this, as we might see some cheese here from Beluga and Goofy.
Okay.
Not quite.
A Mantra Q out immediately.
Yeah, I really like... So, I like the AP from the Malphite, since he's not going to get that punished for not having anything defensive early against the Sion. And I like the Karma pick into the Lucian Nami, because obviously Lucian Nami is an incredibly aggressive lane. It's strong early, but there's very little support-wise that's stronger than a Karma, especially level 1.
Mm-hmm. The only supports that I think are downright stronger than Karma at any stage of the game are Lulu, who was banned, and I guess from an enchanter standpoint specifically, but Lulu and Sona, who I don't think people realize is really, really good.
Yeah, Sona a bit strong, but I still think both of those lose early to Karma's power and pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So, a really good pick here to help guide the Xayah in lane, Yeah.
Another thing is, I love when supports are super versatile, and the fact that we are seeing people who played Galio and Alistar last game swap to Nami and Karma is just beautiful.
Yeah, it's a very different style. We'll see if they're going to be as effective on it, but, oh, hang on. Talk about aggressive early Jarvan plays.
Yep, and it's a counter gank right away from Nunu. They can kill Jarvan here, but instead they're going to be able to kill Nami first. They're forcing it. The root's going to come out from Karma. Great flash to follow up, and a flash is going to come out from Nunu as well, and they will find it. First kill is going to go down onto Goofy.
Yeah, interesting pathing here from the Nunu, going bot early. Maybe they had some idea that the Jarvan was going to be there, and they wanted to get the counter gank off. So huge credit to them for seeing it, but a really nice deep wraparound from Dictator to get that kill off.
Yeah. Dictator once again said, I showed you guys the patient and ready to gank the same lane a million times, Jarvan. Now watch
talk about it again. LeBlanc has just used W. She goes...
but she's also going in. Instead, the pool's going to come out, and it'll be just fine, and the root is just going to miss. They're not going to be able to get anything. Both junglers miss. But you know what? LeBlanc Flash is what Dictator got in the mid lane. Meanwhile, Trooper cannot say the same.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Brio might be in trouble here.
Oh, Ignite's going to come out, and yep, that should do it. Great Flash, though. Might actually be fine. W's not going to come up. Not enough mana to follow, and yeah, Brio's actually going to be good.
The Blood
Had to use the Flash, so neither mid laner has Flash.
Yep. Expect to see more ganks in the mid lane here in the coming minutes, as both mids are a little bit vulnerable. But we do actually see that the Nunu has gone aggressively, although it has not paid off just quite yet. You know, a little bit behind the Jarvan farm, but, you know, you like to see the proactivity. But I do worry that it does seem like, again, Washington League have taken the lead again, but this time they have the scaling comp.
Yeah, that's one thing that I think could be problematic. It's just like my bank is that as the game goes on, LeBlanc obviously is going to try and bother Vladimir as much as possible, and I think she's doing a great job. But if Nunu can't get onto the map and kind of help bot lane, Xayah and Karma, when not kind of bullied, is really oppressive.
Yeah.
Mostly because of Karma. No offense to Xayah, but Karma is just that type of champion.
Well, Karma is there to bully, and Xayah is there to scale. And I also feel like if you're gonna play the Lucian Nami, you have to play aggressive. You have to go for the kills. You have to go for the bubbles. You want to get up in their face because you do so much damage. Speak of the devil, though.
Yeah, Nunu coming again, but Jarvan's going to be able to stop him short, and Nami is just going to evaporate so squishy. And that is another not great situation. Dictator forcing Trooper out of the lane, and he's actually going to keep forcing it. He's going to go under the tower, actually. He's going to get knocked up. A great consume, and Dictator a little too far.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Just a bit too much. Maybe a couple more autos. Again, sometimes you get tricked on Jarvan because he does have that passive. I think it's Martial Cadence. Your first auto attack on someone, you do bonus damage, which is why something that I was going to suggest earlier.
They're going to actually gank bot again. A great movement coming out from Lucian. They're trying to just keep her in place. Instead, Nunu's the one in trouble. He's going to fall, and the bubble's not going to hit. They can actually force on a Lucian. Go, Soprak, go!
Oh my god!
What a game! First to Jin, now the Xayah.
Sophrich is on an absolute tear in this series. 4-0 on the Xayah, up almost 20 CS, and into a Lucian Nami lane nonetheless. This is just outstanding.
Talk about that aggression. I think Beluga played it not that bad, but I think Trooper not being able to hit the snowball onto Xayah, because I feel like that's who you have to focus when she's that close to turret, hurt. Nami not being there quite yet, hurt. And then the Force is kind of stepping up too far when Xayah still had everything up to kind of force a trade once again. Also hurt.
Yep. Certainly a bit of a tough spot here. Again, for Peak Esports, as it feels like the game is slowly getting away from them, kind of like what happened last game. The leads, they start small, but they are just keeping on rolling. The Dragon in the pocket of Washington League, 3,000 gold ahead. Mostly going to be on that Xayah, who cares 1,500 of that. Some of it, of course, is going to be on the support as well. And then a little bit up in the top lane, where Rai, the almost 1,000 level player...
Oh, Nami's just not in a good spot. Great Exhaust is coming out there. You're going to see Great Culling's going to come out. And how did you say they're using him again? The Xayah?
Sophrich.
Sophrich. Okay,
yeah.
Thank you. That is awesome. That is a great name.
And, yeah, really a good aggressive play again here in the bot lane. But what I was going to point out, Rai has,
not a lot of time to talk as Nami is dead already. Root's not going to be able to go down onto Lucian, but the Root is going to come out. Cataclysm on top of him, just tanking the turret. He is not going to go down. Great Flash and heal is going to come out from Xayah as well. Sorry,
So cool.
Papoba. I think they felt like interrupting you there, but you
Yeah.
can go ahead again as we are now at a lane state. We are at a point where multiple things are really interesting. Scion of all characters, has a farm bounty, and Zaya is 5-0 and up 30 CS.
Yeah, it's quite a bit here. Rai maybe going a bit too aggressive contesting this Herald. You know, you're winning so much bot lane. You do not need to do this here. You just kind of have to chill out and let the Zaya carry you.
Whoa. They might take turret. Okay, I thought they were going to go for the turret take before 10 minutes. Great matcha Qs can come down. A lot of these, I mean, Nami has a 100% accuracy rate on hitting bubbles on minions, but gotta find some bubbles onto at least Zaya, as they are going to try and push towards LeBlanc. Apparently not. Chomp. Are they gonna force it?
I would do this at the last moment. Yep.
Yep. Beautiful.
Good job not window shopping, Faraz. You know, it's really tempting. Vladimir Q is starting to hit kind of fat. As there's a lot of gold in the pockets of the players on Washington League. You know, you 1.4k on the ADC in the pocket, and this Scion has almost 2k in the pocket. So you think he's a problem now? You think he's big now? Just wait until he gets back off.
Now, one of the things is in the bot lane, and I do like as a dive on the Malphite. They baited the ult too. Scion is tanking turret, but I was about to mention this bot lane as they just root Nunu. Oh my god, they just rooted Nunu.
Yeah,
I was going to mention that instead. There's just so much action.
Really impressive from Soprich there on the Zaya. The only other time I've been that depressed trying to snowball an ADC as Nunu is when I'm trying to snowball at Caitlyn and they just put a trap right in my way, and it's very sad. Don't tell Caitlyn players you can do that. It doesn't work. I mean, you can just dodge it. I mean,
yeah. You can just dodge it.
You can just dodge it. You just
You can just dodge it. Yeah. One of the things I was gonna say before Zaya back is that they, in terms of an item state, they were even. They both had the Moon Quiver. Obviously, Zaya had the finished boots, but I mean, the gap there isn't massive in terms of a damage standpoint, and that the trade, if they were gonna get a gank, which they would have been even. Unfortunately, the root coming on the Nunu gave them a perfect avenue to just back and get their gold spent. We're looking at a 11-minute Gale Force. Predator activated. He's gonna hit that, but he's not gonna get the empowered Q off. Nunu was right there too.
Yep, an aggressive look from Brio, but he's just gonna say, you know what? I'll take it. LeBlanc is a slippery one to try and get onto, as Soprich is very large. Also, Rai, you know,
turret.
They've
also huge. 3
mythics: Shrelia's, Gale Force, and Sunfire. And Sunfire is expensive.
It is. The fact that he is that far ahead, as we see maybe Malphite's coming through here, I don't know. Between, you're investing a lot in the Malphite here when you have Vladimir Pool, Zaya R, and Mantra Shield.
Yeah, lots of counterplay on the Malphite ultimate here, but, you know, maybe they're just thinking...
Are they? I think Nami might die.
Nope.
EQ does not come out. And, I mean, Jarvan has a serrated dirt, so...
Oh, does he? Okay, this is something I actually wanted to talk about, and I keep getting sidetracked. Okay, there's a really fun build you can do on Jarvan. It's not as good, I think, as Gore Drinker, but it's very fun. What you do is you build Duskblade, and you also get Axiom Arc. Because so much what makes Jarvan a good character is that ultimate.
Oh, he hit the wall.
He did hit the wall.
They can't force it. They can't do anything.
He's too big. He is too massive. Soul Furnace has been helping him. Grasp has been helping him.
Ult's gonna come out. But he's going to have to put down the Cataclysm. He doesn't want to die. He is going to be fine. Brejo is going to find Faraz with the ult.
Yep, just give him the suck in the mid lane with that Vladimir. Take their life force and shut them down.
Is 3 levels down. And that is a Rift Herald.
Yeah, a blue side Rift Herald. Perhaps a bait in the mid lane as Nunu is charging a snowball bot, but isn't going to be able to find anyone with it. He's spotted out.
Eats a Matcha Q.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
This game is a macro masterpiece.
This game is clean.
Yeah, super clean. Last game had a little bit more fighting. Oh, but it looks like Malphite might actually have something come out. Is gonna get one. They're gonna try to find Karma. Nothing's gonna come out. Matcha
oh
Q!
my
god! Oh, into 2! Oh, man.
The Xayah is so big here, and here comes the Predator.
And then, yeah. Wow. The instant turn on the 2v3 when Matcha Q hit, the Matcha Q, the first tick of the Matcha Q damage for me as a jungler would be like, okay, maybe we shouldn't do this. Yeah. And that's a lot to say, but you have to. Right now, Nami is a full 2 levels down from her counterpart.
It's a rough game if you're peak esports. This Sockrich on the Xayah is so large right now.
They're gonna try to go again. I froze.
Oh, Root Collar comes out very perfectly. I'll fill in for you. As the Nami is almost dead already. Oh, but she flashes out. Culling hits really well. Sockrich might be in trouble, and they're going to get the shutdown gold onto the Lucian right when they want it. Xerac now going to be in trouble. Dictator for life. He is trying to help him with the Jarvan, but they get taken down as well. Trying to find recompense. Getting the LeBlanc in return, but that is an excellent play. You will absolutely trade those if you are the side of peak esports.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
They're still forcing it. Life is going. Great Cataclysm onto Lucian. Ooh.
Lucian needs to spend. He's got 2,000 gold in his pocket from that play, and he wants to convert that into items as fast as possible. Gets the Gale Force of his own, so he is looking a lot stronger. Will it be enough? Remains to be seen. Again, there are 2 items on Sockrich, so quite a distance to be made up in terms of gold. 3,000 to be exact, but you know, you're still you're sort of back in it.
Yeah, he still has the most gold on his team. I got confused for a second because it did look like Lucian just walked out of Cataclysm on my screen. I got a little confused.
I think he dashed.
Yeah, he dashed. I think the animation was like slow on my screen, so he dashed, but I guess the animation didn't catch up on my screen. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Ooh, a good Nami ult, though.
I think LeBlanc is dead. LeBlanc is not dead. Instead, Vlad is. Shutdown's going to go on Nunu, that's not who you want to have it, but they're going to be able to find more kills. Now, hold on a second.
They find life? They find life where I thought there was none.
They find a lot.
And they are getting set up, maybe for Drake, but it looks like they're going towards this Herald here because it is the objective that is currently up. Rai does spot it. No, maybe not.
Yeah.
He could be in trouble if he goes out. Because they could bring 4 to kill him. The Nunu could do the Herald alone, but it looks like they're making the call. No, we're just going to stay on the Herald. Maybe they're going to think they're going to drop it, and then they're going to use that pressure to go to Dragon. I would love to see that play.
I really want to see that, yeah.
No, it looks like they're just going to take
Lucian's
the Herald and
back
reset.
Yeah, they're going to give them Soul Point on Kimtech again, which I'm not the biggest fan of, I'll be honest.
Well,
but
they might have their own ways. We cannot possibly know what is going on in comms. So, you know. But, suffice to say, we have a match. Peak Esports biting back, fighting tooth and nail. They are not going down without a fight, and they have found quite a bit of shutdown money throughout the latter half of this game here.
I love LeBlanc's positioning right now. If she can sweep, maybe once again, Faraz has a has a huge point in this game to me, which is make Xayah really uncomfortable. As uncomfortable as you can, and but you know, LeBlanc has a lot of free escapes.
Yeah.
And that is one of them. Got the Jarvan ult too, right?
Yeah. I mean, Jarvan ult for LeBlanc ult, you'll take those, right? LeBlanc ult on a much lower CD, I have to imagine, but
And Jarvan has rushed the XC mark.
So it is the lethality Jarvan build. It's a lot of fun. if you're in ranked and you're really trying to win, maybe don't pull it out. But if you're playing norms sometime and you're like really ahead on Jarvan, it is a boatload of fun. You get to Cataclysm all the time. It's good on ARAM too, because you know it's a constant fight, right? So you're always getting Cataclysm up. But yeah, it's a fun build. I don't think it's super viable, but in this situation, I don't think it needs to be. I think getting the Jarvan ult, getting the damage out of him is kind of what you want. But it does also mean that, you know, the tank Nunu, and if Malphite was also going tank, would be a lot harder for the side of Washington to deal with.
Yeah. But, you know, I'm assuming IE third item is going to come out from Zaya here, and it looks like Lucian's going towards an Essence Reaver. Both of these players are going to have to build, especially Lucian at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although maybe Lucian, something like an LDR, Malphite not in a great spot, should just get the W on top of him, but the speed from his Q is just getting out there.
It's really impressive that from almost 10k down, Peak are making it look damn close. Oh, hang on.
They're
Shrelia's
able to fight smart. Shrelia's Nami is super dead.
Yep. That is a dead Nami. But now... Oh my... That's the... Oh, yes! That is the AP Malphite ult you want to see, but Soprich is going absolutely massive, but a Flash Nunu knockup might be enough, but no, it's not quite! I think we're a little bit desynced. I'm at 2050, 2051, 2052, 2053, 2054, 2055, 2056, 2057, 2058, 2059, 21, 2101, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yep,
6.
we're good.
Okay, cool.
We're good.
Yep, and now they're going to make the call to do their...
Yeah, that was nuts.
That was...
Oh, they can't. They're so low.
They proved us wrong about the AP Malphite. That is exactly what you wanted in that situation. Hit all three squishies on the other side.
Mm-hmm. And you know, the situation, they're too low. Karma's, although they're not low now, but no jungler. That was a beautiful ultimate. Drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting it to be that strong, but it was. And now I'm excited to see what else they can do with this. You know, if you can actually get that Malphite ult onto the carries, onto Soprich, on the Zaya, what is going to happen if you're fighting for, say, Elder, right? Because I think that is really the point in the game at which Peak could get back into it.
Yeah. One thing I absolutely love is Malphite's going for Shadow Flame into Karma, which is huge because when everybody has a shield from Shrelia Mantra E...
Well, it's not even that. It's also Jarvan W. It's also Scion W, right? Both of these abilities, they're going to give shields, and it gives so much additional pen for the Malphite, which is something you absolutely need. Now, what is interesting is it looks like the Jarvan is going for an Eclipse rather than a Duskblade.
Like Eclipse here. As they are going... Nope.
They're just going to say, hello, goodbye.
Hello,
and they did not do much damage to Malphite with Flag and Drag, even though they're building lethality.
Well, that's, yeah, that's great to hear. Great news. I think Azanya's might come through after Shadow Flame. Would not surprise me.
400 gold bounty for farm, by the way.
Beautiful. If you're a Scion player, this is about all you can add. Like, a Scion player with 0 deaths and a farm bounty is, like, the craziest thing that I could even think of.
Yep, as Brio is going to be... teleport comes out too late.
Do they want to fight? They don't. It's Kim Texel. I think you are going to struggle very hard to kill Zaya twice. But if you're able to do so...
I mean, if I'm being honest, with how much Chemtech's soul has been nerfed, I don't actually think you have to kill Zaya twice. I think you have to kill Zaya once and then wait out the rapidly decaying zombie of Zaya. Because you do so much reduced damage from the respawn on Chemtech's soul that maybe Zaya will kind of hurt because she's so far ahead, but I don't think it does a ton. I think the map is more what matters. Controversial take, I know.
Oh, no. I agree with you. I think we've seen games where Kim Texel does just get smacked in the mouth. No, Malphite should ult away.
Oh, yep. He is going to ult away.
Great. Oh, the Q! Ah! Super dead.
Yeah, that was a really great
Darren.
damage choice from the Jarvan. I actually really like what I call Dragon Flag. So if you don't want to go too deep as Jarvan, what you can do, if you want to get maximum range damage, is you use your Q and then you E, right? Because it means you explicitly don't go, but you can still get the damage from your Q, and you can still get the damage from your E.
Yep. I do that unintentionally. But now that you've given me this, I can say I'm doing that and not just missing.
You also, can just say, I don't want to overcommit. You're just like, I don't want to overcommit. Yeah.
But also, Nami finished her Moonstone Renewer a minute ago.
Okay, good to see. You know, a little bit behind the Shirelias and Ardent that are now coming out of Xerac, but better late than never.
Absolutely, I love the Hole Breaker from Sion.
But Sion is grouping a little bit more than I would like for having the Hole Breaker.
He's also basically both of the lanes we've seen that are pushed into the inhib. He is like kind of bringing the pain towards. One weird thing that I'd like to see is maybe have the whole team on Washington League team kind of push bot, so that Sion gets the ability to just kind of shove in mid. Try stack did not a lot.
Oh, this is an interesting. 3 members on peak are kind of on the flank here. It could be problematic, but they're not going to choose to take the fight. Or maybe they are. No, they're not.
Not quite. Yep. A good bubble from Nami onto Jarvan too.
Yep, pretty clean. Nami gonna go wide. That's a little bit,
disheartening.
Okay, Malphite is looking for the ult here.
Oh,
they found it!
Yep, right onto Xayah, who you wanted on. She's going to be able to press R, though. They are going to be able to find Beluga as well. And Soprich is still not... Soprich is still not touched. 3 kills right away. Trooper is going to be one of the last to fall. Nami won't be able to step up unless Brio feels like diving turret. Zanya's should have pull up.
Oh my god.
Yep. And he's going to get it right out. 7-22, 17k gold lead. It's going to be quick finish from Washington League team. Sobrich, an absolute, got caught out in the last 2 fights and caught out by the Malphite ult and still didn't falter, was completely fine almost.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really good play from Soprich that game. Do you want to do interviews?
Sure.
Yeah, I've got time. Got the day off tomorrow, so feeling pretty good about that. If you want to do interviews, go ahead and pop into the community tab, and me or Roselle will drag you on up. We'll give them a few seconds to hear that. This is just we do interviews for the winning team. So if you are on Washington League, go ahead and pop in there. But thank you to the teams for letting us watch their games. Super fun games to watch, and really interesting to see the Lethality Jarvan come out on the LBLCS stage.
Lethality Jarvan. A lot of fun picks. I think both games were fun to watch in their own ways, because I think there was always the fear of Malphite just exploding Xayah as the second game ended. And then in the first game, I think fights were going even. It just so happened that they had the lead. But I think we have
Rai and Brio.
Rai and Brio. I'll drag Brio
up. Welcome to the broadcast.
Hey,
congratulations on your victory over Peak eSports. You don't have to interview, by the way. You just can. Tell us what you were thinking maybe going into draft in that second game, how you played the first game. You guys seem to focus, you're very clean in terms of how you approach the game.
Yeah. great macro. You guys are very smooth. Kind of, how does that process go down? What was kind of just the motions, as some would say?
Thank you, first of all, for that. It's definitely something we've been working on in scrims. I think Riley here would agree with that. And our top side of the map, me, the mid laner, jungler, and top laner, we've been playing together for probably 3 years now, and so we know each other very well. We have played different roles over the years, but I think we understand each other and our play styles and our flaws and strengths really well. And so like sometimes like me and Dictator get a little bit too aggressive, but Riley like really reins us in there. So I think that helps with the clean macro. And then our bot lane has been a great addition for the LBLCS, and this is our first official match with them, but they've been really good about scrimming. We've had like at least 2 scrims a week leading up to this since our formation like a month ago.
Oh, wow. So a lot of preparation.
No, I mean, hey, we came out to play, and I'm glad it showed in the first match. I know we felt really good about it. Riley, I don't know about you.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, no, I mean, everything worked out well. I mean, like the drafts went well. We were able to position ourselves in a way that like we knew exactly what our win cons were. We knew what we wanted to play through. We just wanted to be able to play through our bot lane, have our mid scale, and then I just played tank topside each time. I was able to neutralize anything they were trying to do, and I mean, like you could see through the Zion game. Like I was finished the game 0-0
with like a 500 gold, like a farm bounty, which is beautiful.
Yeah,
Love
I mean,
0-0-0 farm bounty moments.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, it's totally fine. Like, if we're able to just play through the carries and just we're not inting or like over aggressing anything like that, we just get our leads and then we just play it intelligently,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it came out like that. Obviously, the bot lane went great with the ganks from Dictator. Soprich
kind of cracked.
Yeah,
he's good.
The Zaya game was something. The Jin game was also really clean, just being able to follow up on some nasty engages from Dictator and from Brihio. Just these beautiful kind of sequences. You guys play really well as a team, and kind of that whole thing. Kind of, what was the idea in draft, if you don't mind?
We generally... Oh, yeah, you can go, Riley.
Yeah, I mean, generally through the things we do in draft is we try to see, like, depending on what side we are, we like to play and see, if we want to have, like, I'd say generally a scaling mid laner, like, because Ryo over here is really good at being able to play well in lane and scale. He farms incredibly well and just knows how to, like, late game team fight. And just depending on what's going on in terms of what they pick or what the enemy team plays, I'm totally fine playing a tank. I generally, like, I'm a Camille main, but, like, I play a lot of different things. You saw, and you guys made fun of the fact of how high level I am. But
it happens, man. I want to get there one day.
You guys gotta make fun of Dictator as well. Dictator's like 890.
Yeah. I did see that.
Too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just like, we want to empower our bot lane because Soprich is a very good player. He's mechanical. He's got a lot of skill, and we're just like, if I'm totally fine being the engage, being able to just like be a buffer, and as Brio said, like I usually brain things in. I'm like, yo guys, like let's chill. So like if I'm gonna be pulling the trigger, that means we're generally gonna be able to win the fight. So.
Yeah, Dictator and I have had some inting problems in the past with leads, but today Dictator and I think we did a good job about not inting away our lead.
Great job.
I had that little in mid lane tier 2 that second game, but it is what it is. It happens to me. It happens.
Happens to the best.
All right.
I mean, Dictator had the dive mid Jarvan versus Corki, so happens to the best of us.
Yeah. All I know is I'm glad I got to pull off a boss special at the end of that game, so that was fun. So.
Thank you guys for casting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
No problem.
It's what we're here to do, and so with all of that, I'm just gonna ask Rizal to take us out with the classic, the absolute classic. We say at the end of every cast you're on. What was it again?
I believe it is. It takes two to tango.
Ah.